Well, here we are on a sunny Tuesday in the United Kingdom. Yesterday we was in California and doing a nice podcast over there, and today we are in Clacton-on-Sea and Hampshire. Is that correct? With KAZ ASTON. Yeah.
Very nice.
Sorry, are you a Hampshire?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am. That's where I work.
Right. So long memories of adventures in the big wide world of drag racing, and we were just chatting beforehand of when we sort of started to get to know each other with the racing and everything else, and Nitro FM and so forth. Can you remember when that was?
Do you know, Nige, I had a look at my emails today and it was 2010.
Wow. Now, had you done your experiences in drag
Yeah,
racing?
I'd done my two-seater dragster with John Webster.
Yeah,
And then I'd met you at the track,
yeah,
and that led to communication and my journey with drag racing.
yeah. And just for people that have never done it, your experiences with the two-seater.
It was fantastic. It's what really started me into my love of drag racing. It was a
Yeah,
bit of a kick up the arse, excuse the way I put that.
no, that's absolutely fine.
But, it got you and it took you. It was a bit of a jolt, when you started. But it just was amazing. Seconds of ecstasy. It was just sublime.
Yeah, always a good experience. I've done it. It was great stuff. And plus, I was lucky enough to have done it with Shelley Pearson as well. So all good stuff. It's very exciting. I do recommend people do it and give it a go. It's definitely well worth doing. So tell us some of your memories then, your good memories of our drag racing adventures.
Well, it was so lovely because after that two-seater with John Webster, we hooked up with Nitro FM. I hooked up with Nitro FM
Yeah,
and came to a couple of drag racing meets and learnt loads and asked loads of questions. And I was like, well, what can we do next? And that's when I sort of said about, going to Europe. And you were like, no, we're doing it in the UK. And I was like, nice, we've got to go to Europe.
so we did. So the first time we went was to Sweden, Mantorp Park, I believe.
Yep,
That was the experience, wasn't it? That was great.
yep.
Yeah. So your memories from that one?
Well, it was just, experiencing drag racing from a different culture and how they dealt with the start lines, because you didn't have Ian Marshall or Darren Prentice there. It was like, whoa.
No,
So
they were there.
no, they weren't. So it's
I
how
don't want to. Okay, yeah,
pan out. So I had that little bit of a like, how professional is this? And then I sort of realised because it was all the top fuel dragster drivers that actually Ian and Darren had given their permission with what they were doing.
yes, yeah.
So, but I didn't understand any of that because I just found the sport. But when we did that and went to Europe, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's a very good experience there. Then we went from there. We went to Hockenheim. Very interesting that one as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's quite an experience, particularly getting used to the cultural difference with how German people communicate and how they welcome you into their circles. So
Yeah,
that
because
was really good.
that was very good to us, and they helped us out a lot and everything else. And it was really strange just trying to explain sometimes, although the people did understand. You felt like you had to explain what we were doing and how we were doing stuff, and we got press passes and everything else. And it was very not awkward at the time. It was just interesting to see how they do things.
It was just so current, Nigel.
Yeah,
It was just like, let's go out there and see what they do.
yeah,
We've got the European round, going round to all those racing meets. Let's see what they do.
yeah,
And it was good to go to the track, wasn't it? And just understand that because it was different to Santipod.
very different. And like we had, obviously, we went around the pits and we spoke to the teams, and exactly as we did in Sweden as well. And then like being in the pits, Hockenheim and Mantle Park was very different to what we was experiencing at Centreport, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was.
Like with the
Germany.
Hockenheim ones, it was like the ex Formula One bits where
Yeah,
the teams were and stuff. It was quite exciting, really. Then obviously the night show as well,
yeah.
quite
Yeah.
exciting. So yeah, he did a lot of interviews as well with Nitro FM as well.
Yeah, it was great. Jules used to say, go on then, Kaz, do your stuff, but don't do too many. Because all the drivers love chatting. They were like, well, I'm saying, well, we'll try and get this on air and stuff. And they just loved it.
Yeah,
And it was such good fun. And, the whole thing about helping people that follow them see what's happening in their real life, and saying, well, we plan to be here by this time. And, the car or the bike's doing this. So it was really good. I learned loads about all the different competitors and the teams.
yeah, there was a lot dealing with so many different cultures of racers. That was the interesting thing. And yet, most of the crews were a lot of English people on the crews as well.
Yeah.
The Mickey Cagaways at the time, the funny cars and all that. That was all British crews in some respect because we flew out with them, didn't we? So,
Yeah, with the spare parts in my suitcase.
well,
I'm
that's,
going,
yeah.
nice. Gary Page has just given me this and said, can you take it, Kaz? I'm like, will I get in trouble?
Oh, that's the way. That's how it all used to be done, wasn't it? It was great stuff.
Yeah, it was quite fun, quite exciting, I suppose.
Because we was also involved, like with the MS Trust and all that sort of stuff at Santa Pod as well, which she was very, very busy at the time doing stuff with them as well. And and obviously you're still sort of quite high up in the MS situation as well. So that was all good.
Yeah, that was my thing then, to be honest, Nigel. Nowadays, I just sort of put my point across do you know what I mean? I don't want to live it as
No,
my normal life. And I'm on this new supersonic drug treatment that just makes me feel actually sometimes I haven't got MS.
yes, but that's where you built up to right now, and it's obviously working for yourself. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a message of hope for people with MS.
Absolutely. And if ever, I know you used to, you wrote stuff as well. You've done many articles on it and everything else, and it's very, very important. Uh, can I say that if people are interested in the MS side or getting help with the MS side, they can always contact you, couldn't they?
Yeah, well, that's how it's always been. And if I can share an opinion, then I will,
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I'm a specialist community practitioner,
absolutely.
aka district nurse.
AKA KAZ ASTON.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear.
So, you've had a lot of memories in drag racing. Do you want to run through some of them? Because I think some of the stuff you've done has been quite amazing, really.
Well, do you know what I mean? It started off with a real bang with a two-seater dragster.
Yeah,
And then it was just lovely to get involved with the different pits and the different people. And, like, for example, Andy Carter letting me sit and start his car up,
yeah,
with his team, of course.
yes.
I mean, that was a bit of an eye opener. And, it was absolutely lovely to spend that time with Andy and his family.
Yeah, that was good. Obviously, with some of the other teams as well. And then we did a lot of the sportsman stuff as well. And right the way through. And obviously, some of the bike people as well. We had really good laughs with the likes of Les Harris and all those. And it was just a bubbly, bubbly time, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I'll never forget the late night show we did at Nitro FM with Les Harris.
Yes.
And, and Jules going, oh, and we were saying, we were sharing all of this stuff. And it was really ad hoc, really just take the mic and off you go.
It
So
was.
lovely. It was fantastic.
When I saw Les at the track a little while ago, I said, "Oh, have you bought the Stones yet?" Do you remember that story about the
Oh yeah.
Stones? Incredible. Yeah, it's great. But they were all good days. People remember a lot of those times. Sadly, we don't do that anymore. But things have moved on, and I'm doing this now. I'm a lot happier doing this. But Santa Paul's always been a massive part of my world, and still is. And obviously the other tracks as well that we visited. Obviously now we've got Melbourne and Manston as well. And obviously we're going to see them. Now, for you, in your memory wise. Obviously, you used to speak to John Webster a lot and everything else, and you called him your teacher and stuff like that, which was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I did. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
and John's still out there doing it now. Andy Robinson. We spoke to Andy in depth at Hockenheim, if I remember.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And then
And Tommy Johnson Jr.
well, absolutely, yeah. There we are. There's another one. That was all up in the air. That one, wasn't it? With not being able to race and do this and do that, and very political, I feel, but never mind.
But I got amazing interviews with Tommy, so it was just like
Yeah.
win-win.
It was win-win, definitely, yeah. And so he's still out there doing it, as far as I understand. So yeah, all good stuff.
Mm.
So yeah. So anyway, you've even, if I remember rightly, uh, you driven a quad bike to the start line with a motorbike.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Well, I was a bit stressed the first time I did it because there was lots of kids running out in front of me, and I was like, I can't deal with this. This is out of my comfort zone. But I did it, and I was like, fortunately, I didn't have any accidents with the children, and I
No.
made it to the start line, and I just felt this great sense of relief.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And over the years and stuff that that we did and the people we spoke to, and it was just awesome. It was great fun and everything else. And you was always the mainstay. Come on, let's do this, let's do that, let's go ahead, let's go with it. Without that, it wouldn't have been so exciting. And it's. Hey, should we talk about the top shelf?
Oh, Nigel. Oh God, I don't want to send out a bad impression. I
No,
am,
no, no.
you know,
That was a necessary feature, I felt, that particular evening, wasn't it? Just
well, the weather had not been on our side, had it?
no. So we visited a bar and we just decided to have a look at the top shelf and see what was going on. And then we knew how it got on then. It was quite exciting, really.
Yeah, we got through the hot top shelf, Nigel, and then we went clubbing.
Yes, we did. As you do, as you do. And then
Oh,
obviously we went out, like we went, met up some of the crews and we went for dinner and was eating things like reindeer and all sorts of stuff like that.
wild boar,
Sorry?
wild boar.
Wild boar. Yeah. All good though, you know.
Yeah, it was no,
Yeah,
it's a great
I'd
experience.
never eaten that before, so it was all a good experience in life, all good memories for myself and that, and it was just great, really. And just when we was flying out to different places and that, um, you get there. These people have been doing it a long time. We was with them, Gary and Laurie and all that lot, and the teams. We was on a plane with them, and they knew what they were doing. We didn't at the time. Next time we did it, it was okay, but you know, to them it was just normal practice. Exciting, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were just flying by the seat of our pants, literally.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that was good. So let's talk about you know, your biggest thrill with drag racing, because I know that you always had a project in hand in your world, whether you're going Ascot or Windsor or wherever, you've always had a project to be working on. But at that time, drag racing was your key thing, and you was loving every minute of it.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. So the best memories then. Let's talk about your best memories.
Well, I think, spending that time with Nitro FM,
Hmm.
learning about event interviews and radio and communication with a really diverse kind of team of people.
Mm.
And it was, for me that loves education, it was absolutely an amazing ride, so to speak, because I was learning all these skills, then going off and doing interviews with the BBC about MS and stuff, and
Yeah.
TV bits with, extreme rating channels. So it was really good.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good experience.
Good. I think it's fantastic. So I've always been very, very, pleased and proud to have done the tour with you and the guys and everything else that we did. Absolutely fantastic. Good memories as well. And yeah, so what's in your world now? What's happening in the big wide world of Kaz?
Well, I'm just getting all excited because it's the first day today, but on Friday I'm going to Royal Ascot.
Yeah. Birthday today. Yes.
First day of racing today. I do love a bit of grass horse racing.
Yeah.
So that's on Friday.
Yeah.
So it's quite exciting actually because I'm going with my hairdresser.
Right. As one does, that
Yeah, we're going together for a fun day out.
that'd be a day out, wouldn't it? That's an amazing day out. And
Yeah.
it can be quite a long day as well, really, if you think about it, because you have to
Well,
leave
no,
early,
it
don't you?
will be because we need to leave at kind of 9:45.
Yeah.
And we won't get back by 10 o'clock in the evening. So
No.
it is a full day, but I don't want to miss out on the sing song in the, at the end of the racing. I want to get the whole deal. And it's so lovely being in the Royal Enclosure as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a treat.
Well, there you are. You see, because you're still there, you're still in the royal entourage, and I love it. I think it's great, and you always have been. It's great, and you know how to rock. So that's that's cool. So, it's excellent. So yeah, so have a great day. What you got in the future coming up? Anything exciting?
Well, I'm going to do a couple of interviews at Royal Ascot with the
Yeah. What?
hairdresser about hats and hair. I'm quite excited about that, Nigel. But I think it's quite useful as a woman to have tips. When we were racing, we used to get our top tips, didn't we, from the drivers?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. Got to admit it. Looking forward to a bit of a chat with my
Yeah.
hairdresser in the Royal Enclosure. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm all excited about that. Got the hat, got the whole out. Well, I've got
So
too many dresses.
so it's Ladies' Day on Thursday,
Yeah,
and that's when all the hats come out as well.
you got to wear a hat if you're in the Royal Enclosure.
Absolutely. Yes, of course. So is there anyone special turning up there on Friday?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I haven't looked at that. I've just been really busy. So I'm going to have a look at that. But at the end of the day, I'll be there and there'll be a royal procession. So, you know, whoever
Ex-
it is, it's nice that they're supporting the event. So, yes.
Excellent. It's been fun. It's been great to catch up. We should have done this a long, long time ago, really. It's so all good memories though. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got pictures of us in Nitro FM shirts and from way back in time.
Well, it's nice to speak about it, Nigel, because of the changes that are going to happen
Mm,
with Nitro FM for the future.
mm,
So, I think it's timely that we're sharing a bit of nostalgia, isn't it,
yeah,
really?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, indeed. So here we are. Go and have a great time at
Thank you.
Ascot. Enjoy yourself. Hello.
Hello.
I said yes. Go and have a great time at Ascot,
Yes, I will, Nigel. Thank you.
and we'll touch base very soon. Don't go anywhere at the end, and I'll chat to you after. But it's been amazing. you know, and great big world of drag racing, and this is what it's all about. You know, it's all about the friends and the families and everything else that
Mm.
everyone gets to know. It's great.
And I want to say thank you to all of those wonderful people.
Yeah, indeed. I'm sure they'll say thank you to you as well. A lot of memories for other people as well. So amazing. So, Kaz, thank you very, very much indeed. And we'll touch base very soon. We'll catch up with you a bit later on in the year. And whatever you do, don't go anywhere. But we'll say thanks very much, Kaz Aston, all the way from Hampshire. Thank you.